Okay, well, there have been a few comments about packaging up salt and sugar, and actually I don't think that's such a bad idea. I went through my pantry and found most of my salt and sugar. Now, I do keep a small container of salt and sugar properly labeled in my kitchen cupboard, and that is it. And these other ones are to refill these unless I need to do some baking and I need a large amount, so I keep a 1 gallon jar available, and these were just to repackage them from the bag, and I don't really like that idea. Now with salt, I have my pink Himalayan sea salt, I have my sea salt, I have another one that has the larger granules of salt, and then I have regular salt. So these I'll leave as they are. The sea salt will also go back in the cupboard to differentiate it. I also have pickling salt someplace. So, but the rest of these, I think I just want to package them up in vacuum seal bags, both the sugar and the salt. And of course they have to be labeled appropriately. Now, if you watched one of my other videos, and you may have noticed my walk through the Costco business center, you may have noticed that they had a great big huge bag of salt, 44 pounds worth actually, for $5.49. And I did pick up a second one. That is the first one that I picked up when I was there months ago. And I decided it shocked me when I saw it for $5. 44 pounds of salt for $5, and it is food grade salt, and I suspect that this is what they use in most restaurants. So I picked up a bag then, and while I was there this last time, I decided I'd pick up another bag of salt. So I have more than enough salt to last me forever. So the second bag that I picked up just recently will not be broken down, because I have no need to go anywhere near that for a long time. Salt and sugar lasts forever, so there's no issue with that, especially salt. So I'm going to leave it in its original bag, and this is what I will package up into smaller portions today. And yes, when you open up any bulk package, it gets a little bit more difficult to manage, so putting it all into smaller packages will eliminate that altogether. Okay, so the first issue is to make sure that we label everything accordingly. We certainly don't want to mix up salt and sugar. So I'm going to start off with approximately 5 bags, I guess. And I don't want to put a label inside the bag, so I am going to label it on the outside. Great big letters. Salt. No date is required. Okay, now I expect I'll be using a lot more than 5 bags here, but we'll start off that way. And I've removed all the sugar, and I've removed any of the salt that I do not want to process today. So I'm dealing with, actually this one has to be put away as well. So it's just this 1 gallon and what I have here. So that's still a fair amount. This one is going to be the go-to to fill up the day-to-day salt shaker or salt container. And I decided to keep the sugar container in the 1 gallon, although the salt, you don't go through that much salt, so the other smaller jar for the refilling of the day-to-day jar is more than adequate. So we can start here now with the 5 bags I have. I just want to determine how full I want to make these, and probably as full as I can get them without it being messy. Okay, got my handy little scoop here. And I'm going to start off with perhaps 5 or 6 scoops. Well, there's 5. That might be more than enough. Just want to be able to make sure I can get this sealed. Let's try just a little bit more. And perhaps we can weigh this as well, just to get an idea of how much is in this bag. There it is, 3 pounds, 14 ounces. So it's going to be around the 3 pound mark, and that's what I was afraid of. Okay, don't want that to happen. Now, no vacuum necessary. All we want to do is seal it. So as soon as you start to hear the vacuum, you hit the seal button. Now that's got its first seal, and as you can see, it's all nice and loose, and that's all that we want. Don't want the vacuum sucked out of this. Now I will give it a second seal, because everyone seems to recommend vacuum sealing, hitting the seal twice. So no harm in doing that. Okay. See how many bags now. This is going to be so much easier to store and so much easier to get takeout when I need it as well. Okay, let's get back to loading up jars. Second bag that is already pre-labeled. Okay, let's do the sealing again. Okay, well, there is some of my sugar and salt stash that I've packaged up today. I still have another 44 pounds of salt. It will stay in its original bag, and of course once that bag is cracked open, then I may have to do something about it, but that's not going to be for a long time. I also have specialty salts and specialty sugars in much smaller quantities, like brown sugar and pink Himalayan salt and pickling salt and sea salt, and they're once again in much smaller quantities, so they'll stay exactly where they are. Okay, hope you found this interesting. It's been quite the experience for me. I've never done this before. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.